All right, guys. So remember this limitation of rights. We have private restrictions, which are going to deal with the CCRs and deed restrictions. And we have public restrictions, so the government powers. Remember, the way we remember government powers is Peter Pan's brother Pete. Peter Pan has magic powers. Pete has government powers. Let's see what they are. Police power is the first one. Eminent domain. So remember, eminent domain is the power. And condemnation is the process. Taxation is a charge on the real estate to raise funds to meet the public needs of government. So remember, if you're not making enough money, they're probably not taxing you enough. Escheatment is how the state cheats. Remember, it's cheat. They cheated to get it. So these are the police or the government powers: police power, eminent domain, taxation, and escheat. All right, remember these guys. So fee simple absolute is the interest that someone has in property. This is the highest level of ownership someone could have. Then you have something called fee simple defeasible, which gives limitations. So there's limitations. And then life estate is based off of someone's life. Fee simple absolute. Here's some of the stuff that you guys could look at. Fee simple defeasible. So all it is a deed with a string. Okay. So basically, all it's stating that if there's something, let's say, remember the deed restriction. One was if you want to build a house here, you have to build it, 2,000 square feet minimum. That's a deed restriction. So it's a deed with a string. Life estate is basically based off someone's life. So we have conventional life estates based on one's life. We have life estate por otra vida, life estate por otra vida, based off someone else's life. Remainder and reversion. Okay, so remainder is, remember remainder and reversion. So basically the person that either is going to get the property or the person that the property goes back to. Remember that life estate is not the same as legal life estate. So we have dower and curtsy, but remember, not in Illinois. Not in Illinois. Illinois is based off homestead. So remember, if you're single, you get 15. If you're married, you get 30 for protection against unsecured debtors. Definition is a claim, charge, or liability that attaches to real estate. It is a right or interest in real estate. So those are encumbrances. And we're going to talk about encumbrances. Encumbrances liens deal with money. Restrictions deal with that whole deed on the string. Easements is the right for another person to use the property, so we'll talk about that. License is a privilege to use something. And an encroachment is when, say a garage is built on someone else's property as well. Lien on encumbrances deals with money. Deed restrictions run with the land, so if they tell you can't do something, based off the deed restriction, and it has to be legal. Easement and gross and a permit. Easement and gross, one track. A permanent easement requires 2 tracks. So let's see. Okay. So remember, look at easement and gross. Okay, like the utility company. And a permanent easement, so remember, you take this person over here has to cross over lot B in order to use the public road. You have a easement by necessity, easement by prescription, condemnation. So easement may be created with a written agreement, the grantor in a deed of conveyance, long-term usage, necessity. Purpose no longer exists. Merge of release. So does this help terminate leases? Abandonment, non-use of prescriptive easement or adverse possession. A personal privilege, so a license is a personal privilege, not rights. Remember, like a fishing license or a driver's license. Encroachment occurs when all or part of the structure illegally extends beyond the land. Riparian rights, remember, think of R for river. Littoral rights, think of L for lake. Accretion, so when someone adds. Erosion goes away slowly. Avulsion goes away quickly, like a mudslide. Doctrine of prior appropriation, the right to use any water with the exception of limited domestic use is controlled by the state rather than by the landowner whose property lies adjacent to the water. Okay, so doctrine of prior appropriation is basically the ability to use a piece of water. All right, that was a quick review on that unit.